All right, so in the last video, this is kind of where we ended up. We are able to upload an image, and in this video, we're gonna be creating actual tweets. So if you look here right now, this button and click on it doesn't do anything. So we're gonna add this feature where we can actually tweet something, because that's gonna be important for Twitter. Now, let's head over here. Okay, and just a little housekeeping. I've added a tweet.css, which is going to be this tweet button and stuff, some styles for that, and kind of the styles for the modal that we're going to be using for creating our tweets. So that will be in the code. You can go and copy it over because I don't want to write all this CSS in front of you. Now, another little thing in our update profile here, I've added just some typing because this is TypeScript and I haven't been doing much of that. So we have a change event, an HTML element, and then in our useRef, we have an HTML element there. And that is basically all the typing I've added for that. So you can go ahead and add that if you like. And yeah, let's get into this video. Okay, so if we head over to here, our mutation.ts, this is in our backend, and this is how we are going to create the tweet. We've already looked at this, but I just want to show it to you again. So we're going to pass in some sort of content. That's going to be the tweet itself, and then that's all we're really passing in, and then we're connecting it to the user, which is ourselves, and that shall create the tweet for us. All right, so I think that's all the preamble we need. Let's get into actually creating this create tweet component. All right, so let's get into this. So we have our components folder here. We're gonna go in here and we're gonna create a new file, and we're gonna call that tweet.tsx. Okay, and then in here, we're gonna create a new component. So we're gonna go RFC. That's gonna create a React functional component for us, and that is gonna be our basis. Now, what we can do is come into our update component here, our update profile rather, and we want to copy a bunch of this over. So we're just going to go and copy everything inside here, and then we will just replace what we need. So copy that over, and then come in here. And we're gonna paste that. Looks like we're not, we're missing a div up top here. So let's go div here. And that should be that. And obviously we're getting a bunch of red lines because we don't have a ton of stuff, but let's also bring in kind of this open modal state. So let's bring in all that. So our state here, our open modal, copy that over. And we can paste that up top here. And then these two functions are going to be the same. Copy those over. And we can paste that below here. Okay, so that takes care of some of this. Okay, and then we want to bring in the modal. Make sure we're bringing that in. Up top, paste that in. We can go and add all our missing imports like this as well. And that is command and period, and you can import all the different missing imports there. Okay, and we still don't have we actually don't need a lot of this, so we're not gonna need the input here or any of this image uploading. We don't have an image there, so we can get rid of all of that there. So we got our formic. We haven't done our initial values yet, so we can actually copy that over too. So you can see in our update profile here, we have all our initial values. So just copy that over and paste that in here somewhere. And paste that in here. And we are just going to have one value here, and it's going to be content. And that is going to be an empty string to start, and we're going to have a new interface here. So let's go tweet values, and then we'll just create that above here, and this is going to be our TypeScript interface, and then we'll call it tweet values like we just said, and we'll just have content as a string, and that takes care of that. Okay, so we're looking pretty good right now. Let's go ahead and just start adding our actual mutation here. So come up to the top here, get a little bit of room here, and we're gonna go const create underscore mutation, or sorry, create tweet underscore mutation. And that's gonna equal GQL. Auto import that, give us some backticks there, just like that, and then come in here and we'll go mutation and create tweet. It's what it's called on the back end there. And then we'll go $content. This is the only thing we need to pass in, and that's going to be a string. And then in here, again, create tweet, and then again, content, and that is gonna be content. Okay, and then in here we're just gonna get back the ID. Okay, so that is all we need for this GQL. Did that not get, we're not using it, I guess, but that should get brought in. There we go. Okay, and then in here, we want to actually use this tweet mutation here. So let's come up to the top and we'll go like this. Const create tweet, and that's going to be equal to use mutation. And then here, we're going to put create underscore tweet underscore mutation. Okay, and then again, we're gonna go like this, and we're gonna have our refetch queries here. And then we're gonna pass in here an object, which is gonna be query, and then we'll pass in the me query, which will auto import there. Okay, so it looks like it's not bringing in use mutation here, so make sure we're doing that. Bring that in, and we're looking good right there. And then we're gonna wanna do a validation schema, which is from yup, and that's just to make sure we have more than a certain number of characters, or with Twitter, I think it's 256 now, maybe? I don't know, we're gonna do 256 for us, but less than 256 characters. So come down below here, and we're gonna go const validation schema, and that is gonna be equal to yup, which we are gonna bring in dot object, and then we're gonna pass in an array here, or sorry, an object here, and our only value is gonna be content there, and that's gonna be yup dot string. And we are gonna say dot required, because it's gonna be required. And you can just chain these different things on, right? So then we're gonna go dot min, and that's gonna be a minimum of 1. And then we're gonna say must be more than 1 character. Okay, and then we're gonna say dot max, and we can pass in our max value that we want. And for us, that's going to be 256. And then we're going to go must, not mest, be less than 257 characters. Okay, so we can go ahead and save that. And we haven't brought in yup. So let's come up to the top here, and we'll just bring in yup there, and that should take care of that. Okay, and we can pass in our validation schema here to our formic, make sure that's there. And we want to change this to create tweet, just like that. And our variables, again, we are passing an object and spreading in our values before, but since we only have one value here, we can just press put values like that. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Okay, and then also we want to switch out this edit button for a tweet button. So I'm just going to paste this in here. And we got a new button, a little bit of styling on here. Again, it's just going to be opening the modal. And then we have a span with a tweet button like that. Okay, so that's good. And then scroll down here, and we don't need a lot of this. So let's get rid of all of this. And we're going to change this to content. Okay, and that's going to be text, and it's also going to be a text area. We're going to change the placeholder here to say what? We'll say what's happening, which is I think what Twitter says. Okay, so that looks good. And our error message is going to say, again, content. Okay, and then I'm going to pass in here. We're going to get rid of this, and I'm going to pass in a footer above this, which is just going to be a line. And then the button down here, which is going to be of type submit, and it's going to have the class name of tweet button. And this has a class name of footer. And I think that's about it. The one other thing we do want to add is a little bit of styling at the top here. And that is going to be like this. So inside the modal above the formic, we want to add this. And this is going to be just like an exit, an X or whatever on our top left. And then again, just a header with a line for some styling. And make sure you get these class names in of header and of exit up here. All right, so I think that's basically all we need. So let's go ahead and save that, and let's go. Oh, well, I guess we got to bring it in. So we actually want to go here and go left nav, where that is, our component, our left nav component. And as you see right now, we have our span with our button that says tweet here, but we actually want to bring this in. So we can get rid of this entire thing here. And then inside here, we just want to actually bring in our tweet component. Auto import that. All right, and then just from a styling perspective, actually, we want to change a couple things here. So come into our custom modal. So for our min width right here, we're going to expand this a little bit. So we're going to go 30. And then below here in our min height, we're going to make that a little smaller. So that's going to be 10. So go ahead and save that. Okay, and then finally, we want to make sure that we're bringing in our styles. So we have to import our tweets from our styles/tweet.css that's created right here. So go ahead and do that. And then I think we should be good. So let's check it out here. All right, so this is our app here. We can go ahead and refresh, just make sure everything's working good. And then we're gonna click on this tweet here. We get our modal rather popping up, and it says what's happening, and we can just say test tweet and then hit tweet. Okay, so it goes away, but obviously we have no idea if anything's happening because we're not showing our tweets or anything yet. So let's go and check out our PG admin. Okay, so if we come over to our PG admin, we can see, let me bump this up a little bit. We can see here that we have actually created our tweet, test tweet, and my author ID. So that looks like it is working great, and that's going to be it for this video. In the next one, we might start building out our actual home page and start showing our tweets and that sort of thing. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.